Hey guys, Udub Ultra here. Welcome back to the channel. Bringing you a new video of Battlefield 2042. This is my second video now playing on my new LG UltraGear 45-inch OLED. Now, I'll get into some of my commentary on this, but first, just a look at the settings real quick. I am playing this at a resolution of 3440 by 1440 with all in-game settings set to max and DLSS set to quality. Also of note, just as a quick reminder, I have a few links down in the description just in terms of supporting the channel. So there's a link tree where you can donate and support the channel directly, 5% discount code off coffee and tea orders, and finally, a detailed list of my monitor settings. Now, it's worth noting here that this will be pretty fluid, considering that, like, with how new the monitor is, I'm still looking at recommended settings and things of that nature. But right now, I'm playing with a lot of this out-of-the-box settings. Now, just to address the monitor itself, so along with this video, I've Red Dead Redemption 2. That was my first video with some commentary on this monitor coming out today. That came out earlier today. Now, in terms of just the format of how this will work, so I'm going to be releasing POV videos straight away of gameplay and my thoughts on this monitor just over the next few days, and if, my opinion as things change or if they change. But more importantly, I will be doing a first impressions video after this weekend. So basically, these POV videos is my also kind of, you're just putting this up of me gaming, getting a feel for the monitor, and I guess in a way you guys gaming with me too. And then I'll give my first impressions after a few days and put a video up just talking about some topics, especially any topics that you guys might bring up in the comments. Now with that, the screen itself, beautiful, truly beautiful. Again, this is OLED, right? So it's pretty. When you're comparing it to, for example, I had the original G9, you're comparing it to that kind of panel, and now you're talking about an OLED of this style, especially on LG side. In terms of colors and contrast, I mean, there's definitely no comparison, right? I mean, games look gorgeous across the board on this display because of the OLED panel, especially just with those deep blacks. Now, in terms of resolution, now I was definitely someone who was concerned, especially when getting this display, of kind of what would the, for the size and this resolution, it's a low PPI. I think it's 82. And so I will say this, when it comes to gaming, I have the Red Dead video up. I played this. I'm going to have videos up of Cyberpunk and a few other games coming up too. When playing games, in my opinion, the image looks perfectly clear. It's actually way less of an issue than I thought it would be, right? And when you combine also just how the amazing HDR experience because of the higher contrast of an OLED panel, the colors, everything, that's not as much of an issue. And frankly, I would actually say it's a non-issue for me at this point, right? Those concerns definitely kind of blew over just the first few hours of playing on this and getting some of my settings dialed in. Now, I will say, though, when it comes to text, especially when on the desktop experience, now that it's obvious, right? It is obvious that this is a low PPI, and so I'm gonna have some other thoughts, especially during my first impression video of what it's like to do maybe like more work. For example, if you're someone who works in Excel or something of that nature, because along with gaming, on the side for my day job, I do work on the computer a lot, and I'm using this as also my productivity monitor. So I'll have some thoughts on that, as I use it more. But certainly, again, text, exploring web pages, again, it's obvious with that low PPI. But the gaming experience, which is what I'm trying to focus on here for the channel, in my opinion, it's not affected. And also, just the sitting in front of the display with the extra vertical real estate that you have versus something like the G9. I mean, it's just, if you're someone who might be able to pick up on the slight differences of that low PPI, I think that would be greatly mitigated by just sitting in front of this monitor, realizing the amount of space, real estate that you have, the colors and the contrast and HDR experience. Like, all of that would wash out anything you might notice in terms of that. Like I said, my concerns thus far in the few hours I've been playing already have definitely washed over from a gaming perspective. Things look fantastic, and this is my first 21:9 monitor, right? Coming from 32:9. I noted some of this in my Red Dead video, but right now I would say I miss the horizontal space the extra horizontal space I got from the G9, but the extra vertical real estate here is awesome. Like, the vertical space of the G9 never bothered me personally, but now that I'm sitting in front of this, I'm like, oh yeah, this actually is pretty nice to have this extra space. So again, I'll be expanding on a lot of these thoughts more and more with each POV video, but I'll let you just enjoy the rest of the gameplay for now. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions at all, whether it's about the screen or the game or anything like that. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm super excited for these future videos, and I'll talk to you later.
Protocole de sécurité engagé.
Taking Sector Alpha.
Tango down!
Just lost control of an objective. Bravo 2 target. Attack.
One down!
Staging attack on Bravo 1. We've lost Sector Delta to the hostiles. We just lost an objective. If we don't stop them, they'll take every sector.
where they're coming!
They're down to the last of their attack force. Our forces have seized Sector Charlie.
Bravo 1 is now ours.
Got one!
We control more sectors than they do. Make sure you defend our positions. One of our objectives is under attack.
Enemy neutralized!
They're falling back. Good work, Notepads. You won allies back home.